Yeah, wow. So I was 12 years old when I made this film. Actually, I was 13 when I made this one. This is Sun King.
Incredible.
And it's pretty interesting to see the quality that went into these little films. I was really kind of nuts at the time, and I remember taking a lot of care to do a lot of detail, but it's quite surprising how much of it carries through. I'm looking at it with this microscope, and you can really get a good shot at the detail. Wow, there's the end. It says Finn, F-I-N. I remember I made a title card like that. That's crazy.
Very French.
So, yeah, well, this worked out pretty good. That was one of from 1972, we have Sun King, which was a really nice little short film I made. Now I think we're going to look at Rocky Raccoon, which is, that was kind of a bigger production.
And you're getting those transferred right now, as we speak, right?
Yeah, actually, right this second, they're all at the Digify, except for Rocky Raccoon, which is here, and we're bringing them in later today to get them transferred. Is that any good?
Yeah. And what do you call this unit?
This is like this is the American Optical Stereopticon, or a stereo microscope, and it's really valuable for my 3D work. I use it for looking at the lenses when I'm trying to inspect them and make them, and it just happens that I figured, well, since I got this unit here, I might as well look at the films, and it's just amazing because since it's 3D, you can focus right through the gel layers. You can see like the acetate, and you can look at the scratches, and it's really a nice. It's kind of overkill, but it's good.
You can really analyze it frame by frame that way.
Yeah, I can look at each frame and see. Mostly, I've been inspecting the splices to make sure the splices aren't going to break when we bring it to Digify, where Jesse's going to turn it into a digital movie.
Okay.
What they pretty much do is they take the broken splices out and they resplice it, and then they just get it so it goes through there. Their projector is pretty forgiving.
Okay.
And I was pretty impressed with their setup there. You know, they definitely get it done, and it doesn't look like the film is being harmed in any way. It looks like it's really getting a nice ride. So under here is a lunchbox from when my sister and I used to go to grade school. This was my sister's, and I put all my films in here. These are all the 16 millimeter films that I made that were short that would fit on this. That's a film of my nephew, and this is outtakes from a film called Walking Man, and here's some animation, and there's chicken, and most of these films are short films that were made in college, just kind of like a college work. And Walking Man is a really nice one, which I like a lot because it was the first time I used photo animation, and I photographed myself in the park with, actually I had someone take the pictures, but I set the camera up, and then I cut them out the X-Acto knife and went back home and photographed a kind of a panning shot with a still camera over a little bridge that I used to ride my bike by when I was a kid, and I knew that would really be a great little moment, you know, because it was just like a perfect little area. There was a barn, then a couple trees. So I convinced my friend from high school to drive the car, and I just put the camera on the side and clicked the frame and drove a little bit and clicked the frame, drove a little bit and clicked the frame. And then later on, I worked on that same technique for a project where I went kind of all around the country with the Leica camera and did some sequences like that. And I never actually pursued that much, but now with the lenticular photography I'm doing, I'm realizing I can take those negatives out, which I just found recently when I was going through my archives out there, and turn them into the digital. I mean, take the the negatives and turn them into digital files, and then combine them and make a 3D photo out of something I photographed, probably in '77, something like that.
Wow.
So I'm really excited about it. It's been quite an experience to look through all these. These are spliced. These are actually, they were shot originally with Kodachrome film, and then it was edited and then that was it. That was, you were projecting the original. On the Super 8 film, the 3 Furt Knuckles, I shot all the pieces of film and then had a print made and then chopped the print up. At the time, I guess I was thinking that it would be better than going and scratching up the original. So I still have the original shots, which I just discovered here. But I thought it would be better to go with the print because, as Esther was saying, the print is really high quality and it's already edited and it'll go fine with the music. And there's no real way to match it back. It seems though if we wanted to, we could transfer from the original and then make an all new movie. But I think as I recall, that print was very, very high quality. So I'm really pleased with the way things are going on this part of it. Yeah, this is great, being able to spin the film down. I can spool it down by just turning it with my hand and look at every few frames, like every 15 or 20 frames. So every second or so, we're able to look at what was animated. And it's pretty good. The quality is kind of a mind blower. And this unit really lets you see it really great. And it's just amazing the amount of care and time I took with these films at the time. And it's kind of hard to believe that I did it with myself and my one friend Gene and Rick Bowman, just a couple guys from high school. They would take a long time to make. I would work on them with kind of all my spare time the second the leaves started to fall off the trees and fall. And I would sometimes, it would still be late spring before I'd get them finished.
Henry talks, Henry goes for a walk, walk, walk. Henry's out on the street, just give him a shout, he's on his way, he's on his way, hey, hey, hey.
That's where we're going, right over there. That's where Digify is. Yeah, this is Digify. I can't believe these guys. They're really unbelievable. Jesse, he does a phenomenal job at making the digital interface between the analog film and the digital stuff. So this came out pretty good, right? It's amazing quality.
Yeah.
I saw the units, I was like, wow, that's going to work great. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Right now, you have to show it to me. Oh, these are fly's eye photographs. These are using a completely unique technique that I developed with my friend Roger de Montebello. He was the inventor in the 50s, and then I worked with him closely for a year or so in the late 1980s, and I'm recently carrying his work a lot further, and these are integral photographs that are made up of thousands of tiny photos that are taken with a camera that takes a photo all at once, made up of all these little photos, and then we put it behind a plastic screen, and the plastic screen reintegrates it into a three-dimensional image. So you can actually have a photograph of a hot dog like this, and if you tip it, or if you even turn it like this, it still looks 3D. The fly's eye photography is great for this because the lenticular, when you turn the lenticular photography like this, it doesn't work as 3D anymore. So this is a really super advanced system, and I'm really happy to be able to work with it. And I've been working on this for maybe 4 or 5 years, and I finally got it to a point where it's starting to really bang. Well, I really like kind of working with projects and fixing them up and using them again. And every time we get a better incarnation of our technical process, it's always good to photograph things that we've made in the past. So I'm fixing up this set, which is one of my favorites. Well, that's coming out good. The dinosaur set, which is a 3D set. We'll be doing a lenticular picture of it that shows a dinosaur in 3D, and when you walk by it, it switches to the bones.
Nice.
But the just a little repair. I'm loving the. It's nice to be able to have things that you store away and then you take them out and rework them. I think it's.
What kind of glue is that?
This is Magnatac, which is really, really intense glue. It has great holding power and it's pretty easy to apply.
And it dries clear?
It dries clear, yeah.
And that's the camera you're going to use to take the animation?
Yeah, we're going to be shooting a sequence of 26 frames with this camera, where the camera is going to come around the artwork, the set, and we'll be taking each separate photograph is a different perspective, and then it's combined and comes out to being a three-dimensional photograph that has the dinosaur, and the dinosaur switches to the skeleton in 3D. So it's an animating 3D photograph.
How long did it take to build this set, Henry?
Well, we did the set originally many years ago. My friend Tom and I made the set
Tom Marsan?
together. Tom Marsan and I worked on the set. And then when we got the technique more resolved, we made another incarnation of the set, which is this one, where we added a lot more detail to it, and we added this. We covered the whole thing with glue and put on sand, and we made these different stalk-like things and the Precambrian pineapples, and we gave everything a whole new paint job. The dinosaur got a new paint job too. It used to be gray, now it's brown, and the skeleton that goes in here got a little bit of a fix-up too. And what we're doing now is we're just bringing it back for one more time around with this, because this is such an excellent set.
You think want to set a rough seas, love will set you free. Captain of your own ship, and where you go, it's up to the winds and seas, and how strong you are in your soul. Captain of your own ship, in what you see. Sometimes just sit, maybe a little bit too long. It's time to go. The fire's burning in your soul. You get up every day working hard. The dreams find out what you find. You're a star. You're a star in your own world. People that love you just the same, as much as a star with a million fans and fame. Don't you see? Ooh, yeah. There's always something somewhere, something you always wanted to do. So what are you waiting for?
It has to do with stroboscopic color and trying to create. Here I am at the Garner Arts Center with my good friend Bobby, who's been working with the Fly's Eye. He's made a negative lens camera that is unique because it kind of reverts to the way we had done this a few years ago, and it breaks the image up. It's by use of the lens, fragments it in such a way that you don't have to flip each picture, which makes it easier, so that we can go directly from taking a picture to a still shot and then put it behind our lens screen and see the picture immediately, which is, we're trying to take this in a direction where we can have a live situation where someone will be moving in front of the camera lens. And next thing we're gonna try to do is puzzle 4 of these together and see if we can get that to work, because we'd like to have a bigger area to show the different perspectives. So this was taken just a few days ago, and the reason that we like it is it was taken all at one shot.
This is using actually just off-the-shelf Kindle with the highest dot per inch resolution available at the moment. It's hard to work with. You can't really get images onto it except their way of doing it. This particular model of June Leaf and Robert Frank, I'm using Henry's models that your group has created.
Yeah, that Mark and I made.
With an awful lot of work, and they're masterful, I must say.
Yeah, and Christine worked on the hair. Mark Reinerson took the photo, the series of photos. He took a phenomenal sequence, and the June is just outrageous. And then Christina did some work in the post. And,
no, let me do that, sorry.
That's okay. But it was kind of better. Can you hold that? That'd be great.
To 5 a.m.
Open really late, Mark.
Wow.
Mark, have your glasses on.
I'm just shooting video.
No, Mark, get the hell out of